Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Alchemy Factory. I did a little bit of work between episodes, got another level up, got some stairs. I need to start using the mushrooms and make an elevator. But yeah, we've got all this space. We're getting pretty high up now. Looks very cool. Yeah, I think I might stagger this. Don't know yet. But we're not going to be working up there right now because we are going to be doing some stuff with the cauldrons, and we may actually be able to skip the paradox crucible. So that'll be interesting. In our quest to make the vitality essence, and not actually the vitality essence, but the Oblivion Essence, which is the next step to be able to making the blast potion. We have the others. Those are all sorted. So we'll have a look at that. Got a new recipe that will definitely help. In the meantime, everything here is working okay. We are filling up with iron, which is fine because we're going to need that iron. It'll save us some effort in setting up the black powder, but we might also be able to use some of it for making the next relic. And I did pretty much finish setting up over here for the new copper facility. And that looks a lot better than it did. It does make half of what I was making before, but the build is much tighter. It's nicer. I haven't set the recipe. So that will be for copper powder. And yeah, we're going to be using that because we need it for the Mars. Also, I have been reading my comments. I thank you very much and Happy New Year to everyone. But I should be replacing some of my advanced fertilizer with the growth potion. Now, apparently I'm already making enough to cover all the needs for the factory. So I might do that. These boxes are full again. So this is all going to back up. Nothing major depending on this system. We are throwing extra sand downstairs for the diamonds. But the growth potion is 6 times better than the advanced fertilizer. And I'm making 30 per minute in total, which is basically the equivalent of 180 per minute of the advanced fertilizer, and I'm only making 120 of that. So I could replace all of my fertilizer with the growth potion. That's an option I'm going to probably look at. It might mean I'll have to rework a lot of belts, but that's okay. It doesn't look like they sell very well in the shop. So if we look at the stats, let's look at the last week, and if we scroll down, we did do 269, 280 in sales. So, yeah, I suppose that's for a long period, though. That was for like a week. Just need to look at it again. Oh, no, it's just today. 282. Well, I think we could manage that, honestly. We are making a lot more than those 2 massive facilities down there. And it'll solve my wood problem to a degree. I'd have to replace my Jupiter builds. Maybe put them somewhere else completely, because they're not even worth using in the upgrades anymore. They do so little. So I could just send all of the Jupiters to the shop. I might rework this whole thing. Get rid of these 2 monstrosities. Yeah, that's an option. Anyway, that's not the focus of today. That'll be like a between episodes thing. I'd have to figure out where everything's going. That means I could probably move this Jupiter setup somewhere else, and I will still be able to do my little mall storeroom up here that I was planning to do eventually. Anyway, there's a lot to do today, so let's get stuck in. Now, before I get stuck in, let's see if there's any quests that I can do. First, some quests, maybe. Bulk order, I can do that. Urgent request, I can do that. Another bulk order, can't do. I'm not doing the unstable catalyst yet. And that sample request is also a problem. So let me run around and go and get the stuff. Oh, I just realized I can't do one of them. One moment. The bulk order. Yeah, that needs blast potion. I'm not making that just yet. Oh, it's such a nice one. I'm going to leave it pinned so I don't forget. But we can do this urgent request. We'll get that done. Yep, I need to make the blast potion and I need to make it urgently. And it's actually very easy. So if we look at the cauldron, now we were making the vitality essence from wood, silver coin, and flax. All right. Then we would need to put the vitality essence into the paradox crucible to get the Oblivion Essence. But some very clever person in the comments pointed out that I can get rid of the flax. I can split the wood. Now we've got wood and silver coin, and we're making the Oblivion Essence directly. And it's using a lot less power than we were using before. So where this one was making insane amounts, now we can just do that. And I need to actually remove this, otherwise it's going to switch it. So get rid of that. And now we're making 6.5 per minute, which is even better than it was before. And we're just using wood instead of flax, which is way easier. So we're going to still need 2 of these cauldrons, and I'm ready for that. Right here. So I can grab the cauldrons, and I still haven't figured out the layout yet. Oh wait, there's going to need to be a gap. Let's have, well actually for this recipe we don't really need it, but I don't want stuff coming in from somewhere else. Let's try this. Oh gosh, I ran out of bronze. So that one is pointing in, and the in one on this side is pointing in. So I think we could do this. Let's just rotate it so that it comes out on the same side. Loading this, well, for this one shouldn't be difficult, but I am going to need to get myself a piece of wood or 2. We only need about, honestly, 1 table saw should be fine for this. I'll put it onto a box, and then I think we can bring the money in. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring a line up. So the output will be here, and so will the inputs for the fuel. And for that, I'm definitely going to be using this fuel, the black powder. So let's set that up to bring it out. Might need to move these back so that the cash can go in. Maybe I'll turn this whole setup. Yeah, I'm going to move this one backwards a little because this isn't the final product. And I'll put it there. Just make sure I have enough space for a box and then for this line to come through if necessary. Oh, right. I need to go forward just 1 more. So I'll bring that to there. Then I'll need another one of these boxes. We'll put this one over there. It's given enough space, I think. We'll need a portal. Oh, I need more space. Unless I go a bit wider, but I don't need to. I'm trying to keep it tight. So this should be fine. I don't want my catapult too far away. It needs to reach. So I will have that over there. This will be kind of 1 wider anyway because it's got the fuel coming in, which means that this is probably not the right place. That will be better. Then we can bring this belt. That will not work. I have to go around this box so that can plug in there. Then I can put that table saw back in. This is going to be too far, isn't it? It's okay. We'll put the purchasing portal, connect that in, and maybe I'll just belt that cash in. Yeah, you know, that's what I'm going to do. Because I need to build this up so I can feed the cash in one side and the wood in the other sides. So let's put some wooden blocks in over here. And I'm going to need a row on the front as well. So those in there. And then I can take the conveyor lift and get that out. Oh, that is the wrong position because I need to split that. So we'll do that and then belt this in, and this can go around and feed into another one like that. Right, so that's the wood taken care of, pretty much. Now, I do need to bring fuel in here, but the fuel will be the good stuff. Initially, it's going to be this. I'm not fond of this. So let's remove that piece of belt. And we're just going to box it over, and then we'll leave a port open. That's fine. Put that in there and belt across. That looks a bit neater. And then we can still bring a belt out with the iron ingots that we'll use in the next stage. That means I also need to get fuel in, and that will be the black powder. And I'm going to overcomplicate this little bit as well. And we'll put the lab stands over. Then I can copy that one, and I can copy that one. And then I'm going to need to bring one down. End of the day. Not a great day, I'm afraid. So we did sell 118 of the growth potion. So that's, yeah, I can budget for that. That's like a couple of minutes of the day. That's fine. And we did okay. Yeah, our order income is still good. Yeah, we made a profit. Good. Continue. Yeah, and this one is not good. So let's remove that. We'll grab this lab stand, put it over there, and that one over there, and then we can do the conveyor lift to bring the fuel down, belt it in, and yep, there it is. Wait, hang on. Is that what it is? Black powder, yeah. Okay, so it's not little piles, it's in little sacks. That's to there, and then this one will bring everything down and belt that to there, and this can go over to here. We'll get lab stands across to feed those. Oh, I didn't need this one, so we'll take that out and raise this up. Right, and I'm not going to feed them in now because I think they'll start chewing. So mind you, it's fine. It's okay. I'll be done quickly enough. Yep, those can go in. Let those fires start burning. they're not going to do much until I start working the cauldrons. So these are the outputs for the cauldron, which means I need more lab stands, and we'll make them tall and get a small one in there, and that's done. So the outputs will be very complicated unless I raise it up just a bit more. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it right to the end. And then I need to bring a money belt up into these two ports. Now this setup will work because I'm only doing 2 items. I think it'll work. So we'll do that. In fact, I'm going to drag it all the way across because we need to drop it down over here to feed this. And that is the right way. This little piece of belt can go in and feed over here. This will be set to logs. Get this belt right across, and that will be money feeding into those. We have the wood coming in this side and that side, the money coming in these. And as long as the wood comes through first and fills up 2 of those slots, we should be fine. I'm a bit concerned about that now. Oh well, we'll test it. Let me go and get some logs. I have a few left over. So those are on now, and then all I need to do is bring the cache up. So I can remove that catapult. There will be a lift bringing this up, and then I can drag this belt over and plug that in. Do I want to do that already? Probably not. How are we doing? This is starting to come in. Yep. We got a full stack. Well, not quite yet. I want to see if it does 2. Hang on. This is wrong. This belt needs to go, and it needs to come in here, and that can connect into there. Now we'll get planks to both of them. In the meantime, this one is filling up. But when it fills up, will it fill the other stack, or do I have to use that other out, or do I have to use that other input? That I don't know. Yeah, this may not have been the best layout. It needs a bit of priming, I think. I'll go and get some more wood, because it looks like these do take a full stack. So if I fill this one up, is the next slot going to start filling? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So I'll fill this one, and that slot starts filling, and then I can bring this belt up, and that will hopefully take the cache in, and it is. So as long as we're putting in wood faster than we are making these, then yeah, it's all good. And it only takes 2 pieces of wood and a piece of silver. I think we're fine. And it's not using a lot of silver, so yeah, that's fine. All right, good. Now we need to bring the stuff out. So grab a belt and bring it out to there. And we need to drop this into an advanced blender. That is not a very big thing, so maybe I can just put it like that. The advanced blender has 3 inputs. We need the Oblivion Essence, the black powder, which are all right there, and then the brandy, which is over here. I just need to whip that over that way. Yeah, I think I can do this. So, advanced blender. Let me put it like that. Hopefully I can get a pipe in there. And I'll bring the pipe up a couple. And yeah, we're going to have to run it over the top of that pipe. You know, keep it looking sort of neat. And now the black powder is here. This is... no, that's not going to work. This needs to be turned. All right. That's out. So I will turn it like that. Put the lab stand there. Now, if I put a belt on that lab stand, am I able to get the pipe in there? Ah, I'm not. Okay. Well, not a problem. I'll just cut this one back slightly and then grab the lift and bring it out like that. Belt that into there. And then I'll need to lab stand like that and then bring the black powder up, rotate that in, belt that into there. And that should actually, once I set the recipe, should start making blast potion. Oh no, of course I need to pipe this in. Okay, so I'm going to grab this from there, drag it up 1. Is that going to work? I think it is. Change the direction. No, I didn't want to do that. There. Bring it out to there and take it over the top of this one. Oof, these lines, they are freaking me out. All right, that's better. Then I can line it up with that and then bring that over and plug it in. There we go. Okay, well, that little kink wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it's fine. It works. And now we're making blast potion at a rate of 10 per minute. Now, the blast potion's heat value is 33,000. So we're making 336,000 per minute. Now the coke powder has a heat value of 924, and we're making 120 of that per minute, and that's running everything pretty well. And that's only 110,000. So we are, just this little facility is making 3 times the heat value that the factory actually needs. So I could do away with the other fuel setup, unless I need it for something else, and I think I do. I think I need coke powder somewhere. I want to take down the old coke powder facility anyway. But yeah, there we go. Oh, the money is... Hello. That could be a problem. We don't want to run out of money because then that system's going to get choked up with wood. Oh, well, I don't think it's going to be a problem. That's where that's why the belt is empty now, because it's all in here and it's going to stack to 5,000. Oh my word. That's going to chew everything up. Is there a way to limit this? Huh, maybe not. Geez, okay. Well, we're going to have to make coin, although we don't need to send any through for a while. So I'm going to cut that off. I'll relook at it. I'll keep an eye on it because, yeah, a stack of 5,000 silver coins in here, that's 10,000. I don't think I even have that much. And that's going to last us a long time. A very long time. We'll be fine. Let this belt back up again. Well, we do need to bring this down, so I'll put some lab stands in, and we'll bring that to ground, and I'll pop it into a storage box. Now, I don't think it's going to need a big one, so we'll do that. And then I just need to plug that in, and that should all be working. Yeah, and if I wanted to, I could replace the black powder that I'm using, because I am kind of making just enough for this. Or am I? Oh no, I'm making... Ah, no, that's fine. I'm making plenty. Making 120. Am I really? Am I making 120? I think I am. I'm making 120 per minute, and I'm only using 20 here. So, yeah, we can use black powder all over the place. Yeah, I definitely need to look at getting rid of my coke setup. That should actually already be starting to run out, so I'll need to keep an eye on those lines. Yes, look at that. I can take this one down. Awesome. But then I need to drop in the coke powder or the potion somewhere onto a line. Where does this one go? This one goes upstairs. Oh, good. We're getting closer to the end of the day. And I didn't do quests. And I made a big loss. That's not a problem. So this is coming through to here, which is, well, my potion is over there. My black powder's over there. Maybe I can bring my black powder over here because this is the side that's running out. Yep, that'll be easy to fix. Although everything up there is probably at almost a standstill right now because everything is full up. Well, I'm not too stressed about that. That's fine. I'll just need to route some of my excess black powder over this way and start supplementing the factory. Run it back and maybe use this elevator location, reverse it and send it down to do all the other stuff that needs it. And then reverse it so that the black powder is heading back in this direction. See, we're already short down here. And then pop it up onto the belt, feed it back. Yep, okay, I'll sort that out. Not a big issue. Problem we have here is we have all of this. Oh, this is full. Man, we have all of this that we need to deal with. And it is a little time sensitive because I don't want my black powder to run out, although I've got a lot of black powder in here. And it does seem to last quite a while, even in these. And these are working pretty nicely. We're up to 62 blast potion already. I think we might have needed some of that for a quest. I think we needed 100 to unlock the next level, which is going to cause me more problems. So there was a bulk order that needed some. Yeah, there it is. So I just need a little more soap and transformation potion. Now I have everything for that bulk order. That's a lot of cash. Nice one. Got another bulk order. And that random, I can do that. Another random I can do, and yeah, I can do them all. Oh, this is going to be a good day. I need a couple of Jupiters. My inventory is getting a little full, so let me go and deliver what I can. Those ones are done. Then it's just the turquoise and pulleys. And I needed to pick up some black powder. That one's done. That one's done. And now for the main quest, I would need 100 blast potion, and I'm busy working on it. The sample request I'll get to. Not in a rush for it. Yeah, I've got enough coin on the belt over here to feed the wood, so that'll be fine. It'll keep going. Now I'm going to have to be very rich to make sure that these two are completely topped up with the silver coin. Anyway, so our target is 100 of these. And with that, we have 46. We are getting there. But now, let's go and have a look at the Mars. So I haven't done research for a while. The Mars is down here. And we'll start that research. And I mean, that's in the previous tier to where I am now. And I'm almost ready to go into level 8. Don't want to do that yet. There are some really cool recipes in here. Lapis lazuli, obsidian, there's quicksilver, though this is where we start silver. We can make our own silver. But it does look like that unstable catalyst is very important. We have an advanced athanor as well. And the World Tree Nursery. Oh, another thing to do, which will lead us to Aqua Vitae, which then gets us to Panacea Potion and Resonant Catalyst. And this game is deep. It's so deep. All right, I wanted to kind of make a walkway into the next level. I have a staircase going up here. I can't add, or maybe I can. Let's see if we can add a floor in here. Actually, there would be better. I can't then go on to this one. So I'm going to need a bit of support. Let's put pillars like that. And then the floor will work. But I didn't really want this one in. So we'll take that out. And then to give this place a little more shape. It won't let me do it there. Bummer. Yeah, these machines over here will have to be redone anyway. But yeah, there we go. Slightly better. Yeah, these are all the old setups for the clay powder, which I think I have improved. That means we could put those. Oh, what was that? A lot of wood. Okay. But I'll do something cool, have a nice entryway into this area. But I want to work up here because I'm close to the spare iron that I have, which is down there, because we need the iron. Actually, we need the iron sand. So we can make the iron sand up here using what is coming out of here, which will not be reliable because we're not using all this coke powder that we're making. But at least I have a stash of it. And I've got a massive stash of iron down the bottom. So I'm going to set it up. Oh, that won't work. All right, well, might have to change plans slightly. Maybe I'll bring all that spare iron up here and have this as a iron sand production area. And then I'll get rid of the iron that I've got stashed in boxes downstairs. And eventually maybe formalize this into a proper little facility. We'll see. Because we can still stretch back. We can buy these properties. So let's go and check the price on them. Oh, 50 gold. My gosh, those are the expensive ones. Man, this is prime real estate. We can even buy this one up here. That's 1,000. Oh my word. How much are these across the road? Those are 1,200 silver. That's not bad. I mean, it's more than I have. But yeah, 800, 1,000, 1,200. That's a fairly big chunk of coin. I don't need to come over here yet. I need to go up. I also need a moment to gather my thoughts. So this is my copper facility. And I think it's fairly okay as a setup. It will put out the impure copper powder and the copper powder. And I should probably blueprint it. So let me do that. That is everything. So confirm and save. We're going to go with the copper powder logo. I shouldn't make it green because I actually haven't tested it yet, but I can't remember how much it makes. And we'll just save it for now as copper powder. Can edit it later. And I'm going to grab this whole thing. But let's just confirm what it makes. 5 per minute. Not very much. I'll need a couple of them. I'll grab the whole thing again. And this time I'm going to cut. And actually, I am not going to bother going on that mezzanine level for this. Let's see. I'm going to put it over here. And try not to interfere with columns too much. Let's start it a block away. So yeah, we'll set it down right there. Now temporarily, I'm going to bring a belt in here because I'm going to stash a whole bunch of boxes of iron over on this side. And I'll just pop them in like that. I've got so many. And go and drop off all the coin. Well, most of the coin. Let that all push through. Now I still need to come and redesign this, but that's fine. I'll get there. There's always a lot to do in this game. And then I can start emptying out these boxes. So let's grab what we... I should have started on this side. That's fine. We got those. So we're going really high up for this one. Oh, gosh, end of the day. I think it was a good one. Yeah, I would say it was a very good day. Cool. All right, where was I? Over here. Look at that. Now we can see the sunrise early. So I'm going to drop all of these into these boxes. And I'm going to fill them up. I'll need to empty this one out. This is the more important one. So that our black powder can carry on producing. All right, well, that'll do us for a while. Then I can bring a belt of that through and into this line. So I won't be setting this portal for a bit. Got to get rid of all that extra iron. We'll bring that out to there, and then change to the small ones, and then we'll bring it down, and we'll feed it through on this line. I'll give space for everything that needs to come up here. So the fuel will be going in here. There's another fuel line underneath this. Yeah, that's fine, no problem. So that can go in there. Wrong way around. Need to bring this up. So we'll bring that into there, and then we can grab the belt, drag that over there, and that'll do all the crushing. Then we need a lift to bring this up onto that line, belt that across into there. Right, there goes the iron. The fuel, I'm going to use black powder. I can bring down, let's see, where's this one going to go up? I put this over here and then run all the way upstairs, and I'm out of rope. So let's try that again. Oh, that was the wrong spot. It needed to go in by one. All right, then rotate it and put it like that. Then we'll grab a belt and we'll bring it out, and that won't interfere if I put another column on top, which is very good. Then I'm going to bring this one in, run it through this way, give that fuel, and we'll run this one in, give that one fuel, and that should start making the iron sand at a pretty good rate. That's already happening. Super. Now I just need a couple of sage and a couple of flax seeds, and this will start running. So off to the shop I go. 2 flax, 2 sage, and we're back here. Now I need to remind myself the flax is going to be at the top and the sage at the bottom. There. And then this needs a little bit of fertilizing. So this line here, we can bring up next to this one. And we'll rotate that into place. And while I'm doing that, what the heck? I'll bring it over the top. I'll save a bit of space. Put that over there. Belt that in. Lots of lab stands. And bring this around to here. Oh, I never actually made a setup to accept it, did I? Oh, that's not good. All right, so that's one oversight with this blueprint, is that I don't have the input set up for the fertilizer. Not a problem. So we can bring the fertilizer up to this level like that. In fact, what I might do is remove that and bring that up just like that. And then another one up to that level. Get this belt in like there and bring this one in. And then more lab stands there, and one more like that. That should do it. Teetering on the edge here. That'll bring it up to there. Yep, and then I just need the belts at the top, like that. Yeah, that'll do it. Pretty easy. Right, then with that, it'll bring it down, take it across. Yep, now I just need to connect it. Yeah, that's in. Need to connect it downstairs. That is this line. We'll drag that across. We'll leave a bit of space because we've still got to plug the black powder in. So we'll do that right now. Get that in. Right, that's going to bring that down. Belt this over by one and through and plug that in. Good. Now, with that, we should be pretty good upstairs. And before I do any strange expansions, just need to make sure that my pillars will work. Yeah, that one's fine. This one needs to be over here. That works. Cool. Now I might go double volume on this side as well. This stuff is coming up. A little slow, but it's coming up. The thing is, this is just the beginning, because we need 300 copper bearings. I need 1 per second, so 60 per minute copper bearings, 120 per minute bronze rivets, and then iron nails and steel gears. Now the iron nails and steel gears, I have lots of iron and steel that I can use, but obviously this is not going to be enough. Yeah, 5 of each of these, not going to work so well, because we're going to need to put them through processes to turn them into the things that we want. Okay, so first of all, we need the ingots. So I'm thinking that maybe I will replace one of these boxes right now with a furnace, and we'll slap down a couple of crucibles. These will make the ingots, and I think it's a 1-to-1. So if we're making 5, we're making 5. Each of these will do 5 ingots. Right, so good. Then they need to go into processes. Processes will make, it'll take 5 and make 15 bronze rivets per minute. Let's check out the recipe for the Mars. We need 120. So that would be 8 of these setups. That should deal with the copper. 8 of these. Wow. And it's only going to make one every 5 minutes. That's pretty pricey. But it can be balanced, I think, because 5 goes to 15 for the rivets, and for the copper bearings, 5 goes into 10. Okay, well, there's going to be an imbalance. It looks like we're going to land up with extra copper bearings, but that's fine. We don't need to make the bearings. We can just prioritize the bearings and then turn the rest into copper coin. Yeah, that'll work. 8 of these. Man, that's going to take a bit of space. Looks like I'm going over the top of this. Yeah, that's okay, because I'm going to be whipping all of this out. There'll be a bit of space saving over here with my new setup. Boy, that's a huge amount. Oh, and the day has ended again. And I've most likely run a big loss. Yep, pretty substantial. Yeah, I better go and do some quests. Let's go and see what we've got. Random. Nope. Yes, I can do that. Nope. And I can do that. So let me get the stuff. Ooh, I see something not good happening here. The black powder has dropped substantially. I think I might be making a mistake using the black powder to run these furnaces. Yeah, I am. I'm going to take a belt out. First of all, cut this off. Let that run through. Now that that's out the way, we'll take this one out. That's going to feed the blast potion out of here into there. Now that should run better. Oh dear, that's wrong. Oh, sherbet. Yeah, this doesn't need to be here anymore. And I put blast potion and I hope they just went straight through and didn't get lodged. Yeah, this mustn't be used upstairs either, I don't think. So we're going to chop this line off. Yeah, now. So that's cut off. And then we need to bring this out, line that up, raise it up, because we still need the black powder in here. And then connect that in and that. Okay. It's quite surprising how quickly these furnaces use the black powder. Although, I don't understand why it was running out. It should have been working perfectly. Are these working? That's working. And that's working perfectly. Everything should be well balanced. We do have a slight backup of sulfur powder, which is what I was expecting. It'll back up slowly. Yeah, maybe it just stopped working for a while because this box here was full. So get rid of the iron. I'm going to need to take this to the top. Yeah, there'll definitely need to be a line. In the meantime, the black powder that did get up here is going to take a long time to burn through. What am I missing over here? Ah, the recipe. So these all need to be set to... Oh, that one is already set. And that's done. All right, so they'll all start working, and that should be all I need to do. The ethanol is set already. Yeah, that's fine. That's working. So it's already started producing, and then this will come out. And eventually... Oh, yeah, when I plug this furnace in... wrong one. That one. This will start making us ingots as soon as we have some fuel in there. There we go. So there's the copper ingots, 5 per minute and 5 per minute. And these take 5 per minute, you know. I could have done the processes over here. If I'd spaced these out a little better. Honestly, I didn't need the stackable crucibles. I could have saved some space on that. Yeah, but then it doesn't give me enough space to divert the ingots. Maybe I'll just do all of the processing somewhere else. This will just provide the ingots. That's 100% fine. Anyway, I need to get rid of, before I get rid of that, what was the recipe? 60 and 120 on nails and steel gears. Okay, I think that's also balanced. All right, let me worry about the copper stuff first. I'm going to do a setup that does half the speed, just for a start. And I've cornered myself because I brought this up over here and I won't be able to put another stairwell. Won't be able to continue my stairwell. Ah, boy. Definitely need to find better ways to do things. All right, so those are out of the way. Now I'm going to need a heap of material to build all of this. So let me go and collect all the material I need to put up another one of those setups. Okay, I have everything in place for this one. And I'm going to give it a little bit of room. This is not as tight as I'd want it to be, but that's okay for now. Yeah, I've given myself a bit of space. I have everything coming up here that I need. I just need to blueprint this little arrangement that I have over here I think just up to there should be fine. Confirm that. Gosh, I'm missing nails. And then I just need to get it the right way around. That will go in right over there. Yeah, then I just need to plug the potion in, get the seeds in, and that brings us up to 10. Then I just need to stick a couple of these in, if it'll let me. Oh, yes, that's right. I need to remove this. Grab a little heater and, again, run out of stone. There's always something. So that goes in, get our crucibles in. Super. And then I'm going to bring all that to a central location for the processing. I'll do this a few more times. Yeah, this is not going to be too hungry on fuel, I don't think. It might be, I don't know. Anyway, let's go and have a look at our black powder. It's not losing anymore. I don't need to be carrying any on me. Alright, so that should be fine. Let me go and check out the quests before the end of the day. I don't know if I did any. Ah, look at that. I could have used that black powder. Can't do that, can do that. Submit. So I just need that 75 black powder that I just put away. And that is submitted. Anything else? I can't do anything else. I might be able to do that blast potion. Do I want to though? Because then that's going to cause new problems for me. How are we doing on... Oh, look at that. Well, I could do it now, but I'm not going to. Yeah, that main quest, yeah, not ideal. But I do need to do a lot of rerouting of fuel because I think my fertilizer downstairs has stopped. Well, this side's still okay. This side has stopped. I need this to carry on. This one at least for now. Yeah, this whole facility is now obsolete. And the belts have run dry. And that's the end of the day. Oh, we ran a loss, but not a big one. And I didn't even sell any of my relics. So, oh, well, we can still do that. Not really stressed. Yeah, right now, this is the only thing that needed fuel. So maybe I can temporarily top this up. I'll just put a little storage box in and drop some blast potion in there. And that should set this off again. And it'll burn like super slow. It is amazing. This stuff is incredible. Those are going to last me absolute ages. But at least this is going again. And we didn't really have a problem because, you know, we are pretty well backed up. Yep, we've got a lot in storage. But I want to keep this one alive for a while longer. This one is most likely going to go. It's not placed nicely and not really necessary. But that will give me the opportunity to do a different setup because I do need to make the gloom spores for a contract. And I still need the wood for the Jupiter. So I just won't need all of this other gumph. Yeah, alright, well that's the plan then. We'll get that sorted. Yeah, there's a lot of cleaning up and changing of conveyor belts that I need to do in this area. So we're pretty much sorted on the copper part of things. Let's have a look at the iron part. So we have this little iron build over here. And this does pretty well. Each of the athanors pushes out 15. We need coke powder for that still. So I do need a coke powder facility still operating somewhere. But the athanor pushes out a bunch more iron ore, which can be obviously cycled back in. This little setup here actually works quite well. I don't think I'm going to change this blueprint. Yeah, I don't need all of these boxes though. These are a bit much. So I think I'm going to reuse this one. It works. If I'm going to do all the processing centrally, then I probably don't need the processes in the blueprint. So it'll really just be from here. I think I'm going to change it though. I think I will change it. I'll use boxes and blocks. Yeah, so I'll rebuild this one. I think the ratios are right because we're putting out 40. We're getting 40 iron ore in. These each take 15. Yeah, that's right. So that's 60. And we're cycling 20 back in. That means we're getting 25 iron ingots. And I think like 15.2 steel. Okay, that seems a bit odd. Yeah, I'll have to relook at the numbers as well. Just make sure that I'm getting it all right. But the basic layout is good. So I'm going to use that one and we'll need a few of those. I'll work out how many we'll need. But the Mars is a big build, especially with the copper setups. Yeah, this game is very cool. There's lots of rebuilding and stuff as you progress. And we do still need coke powder, so I'm going to have to reset up that facility, but I'll break that down and set up the new facility with the new blueprint. Feed it into the same line, so we'll get that sorted out. And then I'm going to have to identify the locations where I do need black powder. Not for heating, but for the process. Not black powder, coke powder. One of them is for the brandy. So yeah, we use coke powder, not for heating, but for the heating, but also for the alembic. So that needs to be done right. And I do have, oh yes, I do have one right here. I have a facility making coke powder. So yeah, that'll cover this. I think that's what it was designed for. Yeah, it takes 120 per minute. And then I must just remember that this is also actually an output. So we'll do that. And that will head upstairs and all over the place where we need it. It is a new day, so new quests. Nope. Yes. Can't do that, can't do that. Okay, so there's only one that I can do. It's a bit of malachite and a Jupiter. Okay, good. So let's deliver that one. It's a little bit of extra cash. And I might as well top my wares up over here. I will automate how this gets fed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Saturn is where it's going to be, but I'm not sure the two Jupiter setups might need to move. All right, and those shelves are topped up, and there's a few left in the boxes. Ooh, I haven't checked my diamond for a while. How are we doing over there? We got 8. Is that all? Thought we would have had more. But then again, I'm not using the quartz. I don't think it's profitable to use the quartz. And things have stopped working upstairs because I have paused the coke powder, so the coke powder is not going up. And yeah, okay, I understand why it's slow. Still working a bit, so that's cool. So diamonds are in the shop. We got some malachite back in. Yeah, we're all fine. The steel gears, that is, I'm gonna have to fix up that. And now that I have a way to get rid of the copious amounts of, oh my word, these are all filled again. That's crazy. Yeah, I've got a way to get rid of the iron ingots, and then eventually I'll rebuild this as well, I suppose. But I think that's about it. I'm going to leave this one here. I'm procrastinating about all the running around I have to do to collect all the stuff for these copper setups, and I will do them between episodes. I'll get all 8 of them in. I thought I'd go half, but meh, what the heck, we'll do 8 of them. I'm going to need to expand this area out a little bit more. We'll have to do the new iron and steel layout somewhere along the line so that we can feed that in, and in the next episode we'll produce the Mars relic. A lot of them. And if all goes well, maybe advance to the next level. I don't know if I'm quite ready for it yet, because I mean, we haven't really done a lot of the stuff in here. We can still do the lavender essential oil that gives us another product that we can sell in the shop. There's the fertile catalyst. That's one of the main things for using in the cauldrons. We have topaz, which is another jewel. That is a bit of a process, and it uses the shards along with sulfuric acid, which I still haven't unlocked. And then there's the Venus. It's also a relic. And that's 10 gold. Oh my gosh. That's 10 gold coin each. And 510 experience. Wow. Okay, that obviously needs the advanced shaper. Well, we'll get to that too. But if you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. As I increase the factory, and we're going to go higher. And it does look a little bit ugly. I am sorry about that. I will fix that. This place will look a little bit better by the time I'm done. It's just the first time you play through a game, there's a lot of stuff to learn. So you're not exactly always sure of the layouts that you should use. But slowly you get into it, and you figure things out, and it gets better. But still really enjoying this game. I also have upgrade points. I got 4. I have no idea where to use them yet, but we do have the ability to reset the points now. At the moment, I'm fairly comfortable with where I am. So I'm not going to use them. I'm going to save them up for when I'm ready to use them, for whatever I'm going to use them for. I mean, I could do better contract income, more customers and more customer sales over here. And this is the quest rewards plus 10%. I don't know if I'm really that concerned about money right now. Money's pretty good. I mean, we've been getting money in, and my savings account is looking quite strong. Yes. There's money in the box over here. That's fine. That one's empty, but yeah, I've got a lot of cash. But that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. And until the next time, cheers.